There is no more bread in my mouth.
Good. We
Devoid
can start talking.
I can
around
make
the
some
thing.
more soon.
Unfortunately, the content of yeast in your mouth is...
Okay,
far
so
too
guys, welcome to Get Your Hands Off My Dogcast, episode 2.
My name is Jamie,
My name is Alistair.
My name is Oliver.
and we're here to discuss yet another film about dogs.
Yeah. 2 weeks after the first, it's been
Well, they don't need to know
whirlwind
how
of
long
a
it's been.
time. Well, they do know how long it's been because if they look at the feed,
Let's be
our
honest.
legion of listeners.
Let's be honest. There's no one listening.
No, after the success, the critical and financial success of the first episode,
The studio renewed us.
We've got new lifestyles. It's hard to get back in the studio
Yeah. Just constantly bugged by fans, you know.
and money.
Oh, the paparazzi.
Oh,
It's
tell
not
me
fun.
about it. It's just
Fame comes at a price.
a genuine nightmare.
I stipulated in my contract to be paid in dog biscuits, and not the small ones, the fucking large triangular, the brown ones.
I'm in my own
I'm not
personal...
Have you got a
super
dog?
familiar.
What's that?
The triangular brown
do have a dog.
biscuits.
I've got a dog,
Really hard to bite through.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
You
mission.
made
on
a
my
really
teeth.
bad decision.
It's awful.
I'll tell you.
My room is filled with them, and I can't, get through them.
That was not a solid financial decision, Oliver.
I just settled for money.
Well, it's,
Yeah, same.
Things have worked out pretty well.
we can say this after the fact, but I made the wrong decision. That's fine. So,
Well, let's do the contract is legally
Okay.
binding. It's too
no,
late.
I've made a terrible mistake. That's clear. But this week we are talking about the film The Shaggy Dog, Tim Allen vehicle, 2006, directed by Tim Robbins of The Shawshank Redemption.
That is incorrect. It was directed by Brian Robbins, who some are saying is looking to be the next Spielberg. I wholeheartedly disagree. But opinions, we all have them.
What else has he done?
I didn't actually look that up. I'm not sure.
That's fine.
I assume
Sorry.
maybe he only just did the Shaggy Dog.
Well, that's a good legacy to go out on.
filmography.
If that was my sole creation,
I would
proud.
be fine with
But
that.
before we jump into discussing the film, let's talk a little bit about ourselves.
Yeah,
Oliver, I
last
think
week-
you had an icebreaker.
Last week
to
was too much
introduce us.
about dogs, so
How
I
does
feel
the
like
focus?
we yes, that's true, but I feel like we need to express our personalities more. So I feel like
No, I think that's fair. I think the audience needs to get to
need to
us.
know us before they can, prepare to listen to our opinions about dogs. So I feel like the best way to do that is if you're on a Greek island and a female, you're a fiance, young, you're going to get married, and you wanted your father to come to the island.
Right.
Would you rather your real father be Pierce Brosnan, Stellan Skarsgard, or Colin Firth?
I'm going to have to go with Stellan Skarsgard on this one.
That's
Well-
Jamie there.
This is Jamie.
Contentious.
Now just hear me out. Hear me out. I would go with Pierce Brosnan, but on the sole condition that he would be singing SOS by ABBA the entire time.
Yeah.
Because
It
I
would
don't
be
want
insufferable.
I don't want just Pierce. In terms of personality, Stellan Skarsgård has a lot more fun.
No,
I
yeah,
feel.
Pierce does that a lot. The film Goldeneye, he's doing that for at least half the runtime.
Yeah,
It's
so
very
I feel
distracting.
on the condition that Pierce, the only interaction I ever have with him is him singing SOS to me, I would go with him.
Yeah.
But if I have to live with this guy as my actual father,
You do.
I'm gonna go with Stellan.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
See,
about
no,
you?
I would actually choose that as well. I thought Colin Firth. He was my first
Oh,
thing,
yeah,
but
I would definitely go for Colin.
The
He's the
thing
one with the
is-
boat, right?
he.
No, that's Stellan.
No.
Which is the
Pierce is
one
quite
with the
rich.
boat?
They just sort of
Stellan?
hijack
No,
the-
but one of them
Is
is
it
like an
Stellan?
adventure and has a boat and
I'm
tattoos.
pretty sure that's
Yeah,
Stellan.
no, that's true.
Stellan Skarsgård.
Which one is
Yes,
that?
yeah, yes, that is absolutely Stellan Skarsgård.
Okay, in that case, I choose him. He looks fun.
I
He
think
seems
we're
like
in
a-
agreement.
I think he's an adventure.
'Cause I choose him
He's the
too.
type of dad that would kind of take you out on adventures. You'd feel that you really had.
You're still on your fucking Nintendo.
Fuck you.
Alistair's playing Pokemon.
Don't mention it.
Vigorous game of Pokemon
Pieces of
Emerald.
shit. Now you've ruined the
No, I
episode.
haven't ruined
No,
it.
it's-
You've
it's
ruined it by
good.
playing Emerald. All right, now,
Nonsense.
no, I thought Colin Firth at first, but then I thought, no, I chose him because I'm attracted to him, and you can't do that with your father. So I thought Stellan Skarsgård is like he's fun, but he's also like a protective, like strong man. Like if you got into trouble, he would defend you with his
Yeah.
he'd kill some people.
He's in Thor as well.
And he'd be fine with it. Like he's got the moral code that he knows killing is wrong.
no, he's one of the best parts.
Killing is wrong, but if it has to happen, he can do it. He can make it happen, and he can get out of the charges.
Certainly something to think about.
So we're in agreement. Stellan
Stellan Skarsgård, I
Skarsgård
think.
shall father all three of us.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be fun. We can be brothers.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, we'll send him an email. He might be a guest
Are
on
we
the...
not already brothers?
No,
To
not
anyone listening,
biologically.
I've just touched the knees of my two co-hosts.
Yeah. Oh, you're
We
slightly above my
thank
knee.
you.
which I don't mind.
Oh, it's getting
That's cool. It's going up.
I personally am more
I'll
erect
call it
than I
there.
have ever been.
Yeah.
just a bit of a tease. Shall we
So-
discuss the Shaggy Dog?
Now that you
Actually
know
set
us
to
as
do?
well as you possibly can.
Yeah, I think that's all you really need to know about
Yeah.
someone's personality. Yeah. Okay, so the film details. So briefly, just to briefly review the plot. Tim Allen stars as a lawyer.
Dave.
Dave?
Yeah.
Okay, that's I didn't catch that, but he's
Repeatedly stated.
he's prosecuting a person who's accused of arson. So there's this ongoing court case regarding this. What?
What are you laughing at?
You're going so deep. Yeah, okay, sorry, carry on.
Okay, he's a lawyer. That obviously causes friction with his family because he's out of town the whole time. He's he's
not
busy.
he's not very present.
He's a bit of an absent father. He doesn't really know what his kids care about and what his wife cares about. And there's also a company. They've kidnapped an ancient Tibetan dog, which is immortal. And
What's not immortal, but like ages at a
well, I think it's
Well, it's
effectively
300
immortal
years old,
because
but-
we'll get into the maths.
Jesus, we'll get into that fucking...
That's a whole can of
minefield.
worms.
Yeah, shit.
I'm going too deep now.
Oh, well...
And they've extracted its DNA, and anyway, it transpires that Tim gets bitten by the dog. I realised a bit about the DNA wasn't actually super relevant.
Well, they want to make humans live forever. They're doing fucking evil experiments.
Robert Downey Jr. is the hero.
Tim Allen is bitten by this dog and begins to, exhibit behaviour like a dog. And
then he turns into one.
into a fucking dog, and his family's like, hey, there's a dog. And he's like, no, it's me. But he can't, he barks because he's a dog.
Yeah, he can't.
And through being a dog, he kind of discovers that a bit more about his kids and a bit more about his wife and probably a bit more about himself, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say that, Alistair. Yeah.
And about dogs. He
Also about dogs.
starts hating
'cause,
dogs. He's like, oh, bloody...
at the beginning of the movie, there's this bloody dog who's always on his lawn, just urinating, and he's like, oh god, get off my lawn. And so it's pretty apparent that he's not exactly a fan of dogs. But I think by the end of the film, we can definitely agree he's
a bit more of an animal lover.
oh yeah.
So, he's reverting between a dog and a human throughout the movie. Various hijinks happen, which we will discuss. But then he finds out, Robert Downey Jr.'s evil plans. He fucking bursts into the courtroom with a bunch of, animals.
What exactly are Robert Downey Jr.'s evil plans?
Just fucking mess with animals and make them,
Yeah, just kind
just
of
fuck them up to
generally
make
be a bit
humans
of a
live
wicked
forever.
like it
man.
wasn't
Just sort of-
elaborated on.
I don't actually know.
Snakes into dogs.
Okay, because Robert Downey Jr., I mean, he's obviously not a nice man. He paralyzes that
Well,
old
in real
dude.
life, we can't say.
He's a-
Well,
I'm sure
okay.
he's the
In the
third
movie.
I
only good
personally
thing.
have met him, but no. Okay, so
he
his
is
character isn't a very nice man. He paralyzes his boss and kind of usurps him as the head of the company. But apart from that, I mean, he was kind of going to, bring immortality to the masses.
I mean, ultimately, that's a plus.
Probably at a high price.
I don't know, that's a debate that...
Yeah, I know, but it's an eternal
Animal
life.
testing.
I'd pay for that.
Yeah. He's just a bit of a dickhead. I think.
Yeah.
It's just a bit weird.
Yeah.
Not a very
It's a
nice
good
man.
performance.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he
It's a
did
good
well.
performance. I don't really like the character. It leaves it... I don't know.
I think, being a sort of Disney family movie, his dialogue's not the best, It's
Not a very compelling
fairly
villain.
corny. He's a fairly one-dimensional
So,
character. But I think Downey does well with what he's given.
It's a final confrontation in the courtroom, as is customary in dog movies, apparently.
We did experience this last week.
Much-
There's
Strict
a lot
judge.
of overlap between dog films and legal drama. A lot more than I was expecting.
Yeah. So the court case.
Yeah, just sort of happens, and
And then he kind of
it's pretty basic.
It's-
The bad guy
slightly
turns into a dog.
dubious legally because
No.
because the court case is about whether or not this guy has lit a fire.
Yeah.
And then he kind of resolves back that by saying, look, they actually were testing on animals, which,
Yeah, it's kind of a
to be
different
honest,
case
doesn't
altogether,
actually
really.
resolve whether or not
Yeah.
there was arson
They
committed.
explicitly say that at the start. It's not about this animal rights stuff.
Yeah.
It's about whether he set a fire, and there's no proof that he didn't. But that's fine. The Tim Allen wins. He bites the fucking bad guy. He starts turning into a dog. Hilarity ensues. He wins, and they go to Hawaii. Is it
that's
Hawaii?
been- yeah, it's,
Yeah.
Oahu in Hawaii. That's been
Yeah.
like prominent because
Because dogs.
Tim
can't go
Allen
on planes.
apparently is sort of constantly telling his wife that they'll go to Oahu.
So there's a nice bit of payoff at the
But
end.
then they never do because
He's a busy man.
Yes, that's basically
That's
the plot
fine.
of the Shaggy Dog. It's just sort of
that's
Tim
the,
Allen getting into various comedic mishaps
As a
because
dog.
he occasionally turns into a dog.
Some bloody good comedic mishaps.
Oh my God.
Shall we delve into
Yeah, should we
them a
discuss them?
Let's
about-
just. Oh, should we? Do we need to talk about the characters at all?
bit? We might need to.
Yeah, I guess we can discuss the characters. We've sort of, I think we feel
Oh, okay,
accurately
so-
we've covered Dave, Tim Allen's character.
Dave, we know Dave.
Dave, yeah, he's a high power lawyer.
I was a fan of his neighbour.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, let's go in like descending order of importance. So let's cover his.
Well, I think
family.
he's the button. Yeah, I
So
guess
you've got his family, his
Let's not go
wife,
through all of them,
who's
though, but yeah.
a bit bland. I thought she didn't.
she's just
She's just a
very
kind of
cookie
generic
cutter wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, played by
She's
Kristen
like,
Davis.
I'm upset.
Interesting photos.
I'm
We won't go there.
No.
moving
she's a-
swiftly on. She's upset that he's not there, but I don't think
She's
yeah.
fucking. She
doesn't
She
show
does
it
her
that
job.
much.
She's whatever.
Yeah, she's just sort of a plot. I mean,
He's got
all,
some
all the family
children.
members just serve as sort of plot
All right,
devices to show to.
I don't know. I thought Josh stood out. I think I liked him. I thought he was
Yeah.
interesting.
So Josh is the son. Who
The daughter's fairly annoying, but the son,
daughter, yeah.
he plays football. His father thinks he likes it because he doesn't spend much time with him, but he really wants to be in Greece. The
musical.
play,
Not the country.
country. Oh, he could be in Greece with Stellan Skarsgard.
He could be in Greece, yeah.
Yeah, on a Greek island.
Performing in Greece,
Sadly, that's not the film.
oiled
we
up
watched.
with Pierce Brosnan. No, that's not the film we watched. But he's not great at singing, to be honest.
Yeah,
but-
although in the universe of the movie, like
Yeah.
and what they're presenting to us, he is supposedly good at singing. Unfortunately, that does not
It
translate.
doesn't seem to be
He's a-
deliberate that he's bad, like a comedy thing. It's like, oh, he's really good, but he's not.
Yeah, and there's a very stereotypical little black girl that says he's the best, which was odd.
Oh,
But,
she's good. She's good. I
is.
enjoyed her.
and the daughter is again
fucking
a bit of a cutout. She's
Animal rights.
She's just sort of
Fucking-
a liberal-esque sort of.
Yeah.
liberal older daughter, rebellious, wants to get a tattoo,
She
has a
doesn't-
boyfriend. It's all.
Yeah,
He's good.
and she
He's a good
doesn't
guy.
approve of Tim Allen's court case because he's going against the.
He's defending the people who are testing on animals initially.
And so she is
Wears a
not for
wacky
that.
T-shirt against that. Now, a character I liked was the neighbour, actually.
Yes, who I
Echoes
described-
of the rival father from last week's film.
I describe him as a discount Will Arnett, and I think that's pretty accurate. You
Yeah.
guys can talk about.
Yeah, I know who Will Arnett is.
Yep.
I do, but not in enough depth to
No, I don't. I've heard his
talk
name.
about
Arrested,
anything.
Arrested Development.
Is he in Community once?
Plays Job.
heard that name in
I don't think he's in
relation.
Community.
Okay, he's not in Community, so that's
He's the voice of Lego Batman.
yeah.
That's true.
Okay,
back to the
well, all I know is that he's a dynamic character. He's like a rival of Tim Allen, but he's also sort of... He's very into gardening, and that's fun.
And he wears
he's not like
velvet
an
tracksuits.
alpha male. He's like a bit of a... He's got his dog, and he's fucking driving around with it. He's a good guy.
I think there is
Not a lot of depth now that I'm thinking about it.
no, but he's purely there for the comedy moment, isn't he?
Oh yeah, no, he's a pure comedy character, and I think
Yeah.
we can all respect that.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. we've talked about. I think
Yeah.
he gives a good performance based with what he's given.
I like his eyes. I think he might be wearing makeup, but I hope he's not.
I mean,
Because
everyone's wearing
if
makeup,
he's got
Oliver, that is the process.
no,
of the film.
okay, they probably do, but he's got surely heavier eye makeup than.
I feel like Robert Downey Jr. 's
Maybe
always
he's just
that
got
kind of
really
look.
thick sort of
I think he just might have a thick
lashes.
lash. Yeah.
Bottom lashes in particular. I didn't really look at the top one, but he's just got very sort of
How
vivid
could
eyes.
you? You're right. You just
I know, they're
focus
just
on the
driven
bottom lash.
right down.
Oh god, tell me
Shit, he's a good looking man.
that. He is.
So yeah, not a great character to work with, but that's sort of the.
I thought he was okay. He served his purpose
Yeah.
as being just sort
He
of
was
a
fine.
dickhead bad guy.
I mean,
No.
Tim
Yeah.
Allen was the highlight.
Oh yeah,
All the
And Tim
characters
Allen
are
really-
pretty stereotypical.
his transformation into a dog while he was still a human was comically pretty fucking
And
gold.
Tim Allen really sells into this movie as well. He's not half-assing it.
And when he's scampering across the lawn, hits an old lady. at
Oh wait,
speed.
no, talk about that because that's my standout moment.
Okay, well, all right. What are we talking
Talk about
about?
it now.
Okay, so
Tell us
should we
a
just?
stand-up moment.
Oh, okay.
Tell
Should we go
us.
through standout moments? I thought we
Oh,
were
just
going to review
fucking
it
go
first.
for it. If you've got a
Okay.
standout.
Yeah. So my standout moment. This is just pure physical comedy, but he's chasing a cat. This is in his human form.
Yeah.
He's bounding after it on all fours, and Tim Allen's visually he's quite a funny man. And so the image of him just bursting through fences and running through people's lunches.
Bloody going everywhere.
And then there's an old lady walking up her front lawn with a walker, and he just barrels fully into her. She goes flying through the air,
Really
lands
awesome
in a
gosh.
tree, probably fatal injuries, but my god, is it hilarious.
And even if not fatal,
Yeah, we don't see the aftermath, but
we
it's
just see her
presumably
sort of
horrific.
hanging in the tree, like a really bent up
I mean, that's the
position.
beginning of the end for her. When an old person has an injury like that,
It's a slippery
just-
slope hole. I'm being genuine.
So I'm glad they cut away from
Probably
that
didn't
quickly.
end well for that
No, it
woman
didn't.
after that
That's-
kind of injured.
But you know,
injury.
But
I
just
liked
the
it.
fact that she flew as if she'd been hit by a very heavy car. Oh, it just tickled me pink. Jamie, what was your standout moment from the film?
My standout moment was when Tim Allen's sort of been a dog at least once now. He's back in his human form, and he gets in a lift with Danny Glover at the court, and then like a sort of canine police officer also gets in, and I guess the dog picks up on the fact that Tim Allen has been a dog in the past, and so like is really keen on sniffing his anus, but he just goes whole
Right
hog.
in,
He
right.
is shoving his nose like well into Tim Allen's
the handler's not
crack,
too phased
and
by
the
it.
handler's just like, oh, sure.
No one else really seems
Oh,
to
you got
notice.
any
I know.
illegal substances on you?
It's just an offhand
He doesn't
comment.
check. That's his job, surely.
Yeah, so
He's
it's
not
like
going to check the assistant DA.
he doesn't check, so it's like clearly he's not actually that hung up on whether or not there is something illegal up Tim Allen's ass. But then he also doesn't do anything to restrain the dog. Like, I can't believe Tim Allen wouldn't just turn around and go, hey, can you get your fucking dog out of my ass?
And I've also find it that the district attorney just kind of... He's like, oh, what are you so worried about? As if it's... I don't know, like...
Yeah, it's
Like,
really
his
breezed over. This
Yeah,
dog is
definitely.
getting very invasive.
Very and he's just like, oh, you're not going to be weird today, are you? While this man has got a dog's nose like inches into him.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be
Yeah, that's
acting
true. It
oddly in
doesn't
that
comment
I mean, I
on
guess
that
I've
at
got
all.
to suspend disbelief. That's sort of the comedy of the scene. But I just found it
I throw on.
very odd.
No.
Oliver, what about you? What was
Yeah.
your favourite moment, or just a moment that you recalled?
Good question. I've forgotten most of the moments by now. Now that I'm forced to.
What about? I'll feed you one. You see if this is
Yeah,
one
yeah.
you want to
See
take.
if I
I'll
enjoy
slide
it.
it across
Oh,
the
no,
table.
that's cheating. He's got to
No,
think
no,
of
it's
his own.
well.
No, I know. Well, it will trigger a memory. And
I put another one that I was going to mention.
I didn't know this
which was when sort of near the end of the movie, Tim Allen's been caught as a dog and he's in a cage, but then he's transforming back into Tim Allen, and something interesting happens with his face. Did you want to talk about that?
Yes. The screen's gone dead. I hope
okay.
that is not the end of everything.
It's not the end of everything. We're still rolling.
No, life continues.
Life goes on, sadly.
Yes, it trundles along. All right.
Face the grim abyss.
So, yeah, this was definitely my favourite moment. Without a question. So Tim Allen is beginning to change back into his human form, but before he does this, he's meditating hardcore. It's a great scene. We see the fucking frog that's a hybrid with a dog. All the creatures, the chimps, the capuchin monkey, lovely. I love them.
Stellar performance.
They're meditating, and his eyes, they change. Instead of a dog's, black, beady eyes, they're Tim Allen's human, lovely blue eyes.
It's
on
really
the fucking
quite
dog.
I don't know if
disturbing.
lovely is the word I'd use.
Oh, no, not in this context. On Tim Allen's face, beautiful eyes. On a dog's face, I mean, I liked it. That's why it's definitely my favourite moment.
Frankly, I found it nightmare-inducing.
It was, and that's what they chose to put on the poster.
Yeah, that's the promotion. The promotional image for the poster is the dog,
this horrific
but with, like,
scene that
Tim
happens
Allen's
for 5
eyes set
seconds.
into it. And that led me to believe. I just thought at some point in the film, like it would be Tim Allen like,
Dressed as a dog.
in a prosthetic dog suit, kind of like in a Grinch or Cat in the Hat style performance. And I didn't get that, but they did put the eyes bit in, so I was happy for that.
And that was I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, what do we actually think of the movie? How do we rate it?
I liked
on
it.
an actual critical level.
On the scale
mean-
of dog movies.
Yeah, should we have like a scale? Should we have like a scale, like a review scale? We give it
Let's not go out of 10 or anything, because I feel like that's reductive.
4 paws out of... No, okay.
Oh, Jesus. No, but
Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't.
No, but we can... No, not a score, but, compare it to the
It's
other
a
dog movies that we've
bona
watched.
fide success. That's right. That's my suggestion.
Okay.
You guys can take it.
I mean,
I choose to leave it.
okay. I thought that might be the case.
what would be the one for failure?
Appalling.
Appalling.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Poor
Yeah.
effort.
So-
When I don't like it, I'm ashamed, but that is...
No, I think
as
we
a
should be proud
sort
of
of
that. I
pun.
think that's great.
Okay, I'll claim that. That's
I think it's a bona fide success.
Certainly, I think I genuinely quite enjoyed it.
Me too. I mean, it wasn't treading any new ground. You know,
No.
the characters were pretty archetypal.
Yeah, it's
The plot wasn't doing anything hugely interesting. It was all quite
comedy. You know, I think last time in Air Bud, they sort of didn't quite go for the comedy.
No, there's occasional
this
moments
family
of it,
movie that's touching and nice and stuff, and that was sort of fine. But you know, when they actually go hardcore and bloody Tim Allen asks his assistant if she's been drinking.
This was a joke for the adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think-
like, and sort of sexually, like, well, that's a bit of a. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the game.
So what's the joke with the lawyer? He's asking her to investigate anything between. About
He's
anything
like, I need you to look at.
turning into them.
Yeah, he's like, can you investigate men becoming dogs or whatever? And
she
she's just
responds very
don't they
quickly.
always turn into dogs or something?
Very weirdly, and then he just deadpans and have you been drinking? And she doesn't
just
deny it.
She dodges the question.
She goes, oh, men, dogs, yep, on that. Implying that, yes, she is an alcoholic.
She's actually
I found that
the
hilarious.
actress there also plays Kim in the series Better Call Saul.
Another lawyer, I believe.
Another lawyer, so she-
typecast.
God.
She's been under those chains for 10 years, trying to escape.
Even when it's not, there's plenty of jokes that are just sort of the physical gag.
Yeah,
but
no.
but I found myself like actually laughing at quite a few
jokes
of
that
them.
the whole family would enjoy, and we enjoyed as a
Yeah, I mean, as Alistair said, it's not doing.
I mean,
anything
thinking about
new.
the
It's
plot,
a fairly
it doesn't,
standard family
you know,
movie. It
I
doesn't-
mean, you know, don't come into this expecting amazing, like groundbreaking new talk material.
Well, see, that's the problem with me. I was going in and I was like, oh, this is going to be like Saving Private Ryan, and then it was a whole other.
I did think the scene where Tim Allen has a Vietnam flashback and breaks out his M16 and just starts firing it off into the ground and
wasn't-
screaming profanities. I thought that was quite powerful.
Odd inclusion. But overall, a bona fide success.
I
don't think we should do that every week.
Yeah, I don't think we should do it ever again, in fact.
Yeah, we should pretend that we never thought of those things.
Yeah.
Good.
Now, something I wanted to touch
But
on
it was good. It was a good movie.
was on Tim Allen, in fact. Did you guys know that in 1978 Tim Allen was arrested for the possession of 1.4 pounds of cocaine?
Oh my god,
78. How old was he in 78? Maybe 20?
God, no, he's older than 20. He's like,
You know,
he's like in his
he's
late 60s now, I feel like. He's actually quite old.
Shit.
Yeah, Tim Allen's old.
No.
But I just thought that was pretty funny because I always imagine Tim Allen just sort of in these family movies. You know, he's in Toy Story, we all know that. The Santa Claus, another great film.
Does he play Woody? I don't know.
He's Buzz. He's Buzz. In this movie, he says to infinity and beyond.
Oh, that's... Oh, shit.
a classic
Okay, that's a great...
callback.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought that was a fairly interesting thing to note about good old Tim. He's got this squeaky clean family image. But
He's 63. He's not...
boy, does he have a dark past.
Well, I mean, he's in a film with Robert Downey Jr., so I feel like he could probably be one-upped in terms of, like, you know, wild past stories.
That's true. Robert Downey Jr. did actually go to jail.
So do you not have any cocaine things since then? I thought it was
I don't
sort of
think
more
so.
recent.
No,
Chevy
that's the one,
Chase,
that's
I
the
think,
one
has
I know
been
about. There's a good mugshot of
Chevy
Tim.
Chase is a man who stands in his own league.
But there's a good mugshot of Tim Allen. He's got one hell of a mustache. I think I should look that one
Oh,
up.
lovely. I love a mugshot.
Sort of
David Bowie.
going on the real life Tim Allen aspect, I also wanted to discuss something. There's a scene in this movie where Tim Allen, for whatever reason, I'm not sure, maybe they set this up, I know I was sort of blinking out, but he's requesting a homeless man throw a stick for him. And then he sort of, he's in Tim Allen form, like he's a human. And then he sort of chases the stick and he brings it back to the guy and asks him to throw it again. Yeah. And my theory... I have the suspicion that Tim Allen actually was just doing this one day. He was just chasing a stick, like paying a homeless man exorbitant amounts of money to throw a stick for him. This is how he gets his kicks, his jollies.
I can see
if
that.
you will.
And
then someone found this, or like maybe a documentary crew was rolling through, or just someone who's like, oh shit. So he's like, goes to
I
Brian
wouldn't be
Robbins.
surprised
Tim
if
Allen
Tim
is.
Allen just kind of has people filming him at all times.
But
as a kind of performance art.
well, for my theory, he doesn't want people to know about this, so he's like, oh shit, okay, I've got to get Brian Robbins on the phone, we've got to make a movie around this so it doesn't look like I just
So
do
it
this.
doesn't get out. As
Yeah. So that's my theory.
I like it.
That's quite
I
good.
think that's pretty
So the
plausible.
whole thing is built around his abhorrent behaviour.
Well, I think so, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is actually a remake of a movie from the late 50s, so that probably tears my theory right apart.
Well, no, he could...
He could have been like,
this
a
is
Shaggy Dog remake.
He's a cinephile. He knows about... Yeah.
Yeah, it's a callback.
I think this is definitely what's going on.
Yeah.
I think he gets up to this in real life.
Yeah,
I will
he just
be,
seems one of the slightly larger, kind of Bill Murray-ish. I can see him doing a lot of the behaviour in this film, like walking around his house naked at 3 a.m. I think that's something that
He's a
Tim
definite-
Allen
like a-
just
he
does.
seems
so
like a
natural as a
nude
nude
walking.
man, yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a powerful figure when nude, I thought.
Yeah, it didn't look too bad.
No.
Yeah, had some decent tone to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His hair was sort of nicely. I think we might have done a bit of grooming on it, but
Well,
he's still.
He's on film, you got to do a bit of grooming, don't you? You can't.
But not entirely, you know, he's still got a relatively hairy
Yeah,
chest,
yeah,
but
no,
it's just
yeah.
nicely
You
formed.
could have given it a good trim.
Quite barrel-chested.
I think he might have done.
Yeah.
But he might do that in real life. I feel like
That's
he,
true. Yes,
he takes care
we
of
can
his.
only speculate.
He cultivates
I,
his.
I will be in touch with Tim.
Yeah.
I want to know all about it, and I want him to confirm my theory.
Sure. I don't think he will, because I think
I don't think I'll
I
actually
think
be able
he's
to get in touch
determined
with
to cover that. No, that's true. That's a stumbling block.
Notoriously
Yeah.
reclusive, Tim Allen.
Generally doesn't answer your emails.
him. No, and I have sent a few. I was sort of hoping by the
I
time
mean,
we
they're
recorded
not-
this he would have responded, but it's been...
I feel like it's fair enough that he
No,
doesn't
I'm
respond to
teasing
them. The
now.
sort of tone that you generally take with them is
Well, you know,
quite
a bit
abusive.
aggressive, you know.
Yeah, well...
I think the kind of sexual imagery you employ...
The things you demand from him, I don't think you really can realistically.
I'm just trying to get
expect.
his attention, you know.
That's fine. Yeah.
I don't think I'm being too unreasonable.
No, I guess you got to catch his eye because I'm sure he gets a lot of emails every day, like people saying,
Yeah, I
"Scream
mean,
this
like,
movie."
how
but
are
if
you
you're
really
like,
going to like stand out from the crowd?
"Ooh,
if you
Tim,
don't
I wanna
put a
fucking
picture
do
of
this to
yourself
you."
Fucking a go.
Yeah,
You know.
I have asked him to do some pretty
yeah,
diabolical things.
you got to stand out from the crowd. That's what I've always said.
Yeah, well,
But
I
I
mean,
think-
that's what you'd think, but yeah, that
You know.
obviously hasn't worked. So,
There's obviously a balance to be
I mean,
struck.
you could take a different tack.
Tim, if you're listening to this, I'd love to hear from you, mate. And there's some other things I'd like to do as well.
if anyone's listening to this, I'd love to
yeah. If anyone,
give us a
if
shout.
single
We
Literally.
have a Facebook page.
Shout right now.
wherever you are,
Yeah.
just yell.
You got a good strong voice on you.
But if there's even just a single person out there
Yeah.
who is hearing our
Just
cries,
find a way.
just get in touch.
So we're not
we do have a
screaming
Facebook
into
page.
the abyss.
Just
We do have a Facebook page. haven't we?
desperately lonely people, which is a large part of the reason we do
I really
this.
just want some
So
companionship.
Yeah.
that would just
Yeah,
be
if you'd like
excellent.
to, start a personal relationship with any of us, then
I'd be well on board with it.
Oliver is a real
By all means.
slut.
By all
Jamie's
means.
a fiend in the sack.
Fiend.
A fiend?
A fiend in the sack.
He is. Yes.
I've been labelled many things, but a fiend isn't one, and I will wear it proudly upon my chest.
On your mantle.
Upon my mantle, yes. Anything else we wanted to discuss? Or are we...
there was something. Oh no.
What's that? No,
I
we've
don't
covered
know.
all
I
the
think we've- I
stuff
think
we've
we've
written
covered
down.
the multiple bases of
I
the
mean,
Shaggy
unless
Dog?
there's anything else about Stellan Skarsgard.
I think
we could do a whole podcast.
I think we need to, save some Stellan Skarsgard for future weeks.
believe he'll be a guest.
Speaking of future weeks, if we are wrapping
yes.
up now,
Oh,
Jamie,
yes.
I believe
Alright.
you're going to
It
announce.
is
Anything-
my
yeah,
turn to choose the film, and I can reveal to you now
He's got his phone.
that it is the film
He's entered his
Bingo.
Ooh.
Now,
Give us
I'd never
some-
actually
not
heard.
heard of
I'd
it.
never actually heard of this movie, but I've chosen it for the sole
Okay.
reason that it has one of the best taglines I've ever heard. Okay, so just listen to this. This is what's on the top of the poster. Thrown out of the circus, separated from his only friend, accused of a crime he didn't commit. Ellipses. This shouldn't happen to a dog, but it did. Like,
Well,
what
that
kind of
sounds
catchphrase
very
is that?
promising
This shouldn't
indeed.
happen to a dog, but it did.
It's a
That,
Many
it's a
things.
you can say that about
catchphrase.
anything. This shouldn't happen to. It's just a very vague statement. But
And
I
I'm
think,
eager to find out the context of it.
yeah, that's I'm quite.
Well, I
intrigued to
for
delve
one look
into it.
forward to solving this mystery.
Well, we will find out when we watch Bingo at a future time.
On Get Your Hands Off My Dogcast.
We'll be happy to hear you tune in next week.
You won't,
No, you won't.
please.
Please do.
I'm held prisoner here.
Fuck's sake.
Woo woo! Woo woo! Woo woo!